Hello, I'm going to teach you in this segment the question, what's your job, what's your work, what's your profession. One of the popular ways to ask in Russian is кем вы работаете. Кем вы работаете. This is вы, I'm taking вы here formal, and if it is familiar, not formal, then we can use, of course, ты. Кем ты работаешь. Later I'll show you the conjugation of работать, but right now, for us enough this one, what we have here. Кем вы работаете? Of course, we can ask different ways. Какая ваша профессия? What's your profession? И кто вы по специальности? And, you know, all different kind of phrases. But this is one of the popular phrases. In this phrase, we use the question word кем. This question word is of instrumental case. Творительный падеж. Кем. Nominative case would be кто. Кто is who. Nominative case. But кем question is творительный. Кем вы работаете? What does it mean? Why do we start with творительный падеж, with instrumental case question? Because it is like by whom, in what quality, in what... well, this is how we start. And you can understand better if you look at the answer. The answer is я работаю учителем. Я работаю кем? Работать in what quality? The question will be творительный падеж question, instrumental case question. Я работаю учителем. Работать кем? Okay? So this verb noun phrase работать кем has connection verb and instrumental case. Okay? Работать кем? Работать кем-то. Я работаю учителем. Here I put учителем, I put asterisk, and then I will show you a few professions, and wherever will be asterisk, those we can put, you know, in instrumental case. And 3 underlined, they don't sound good in instrumental case, so we will use them in a simple phrase. Я работаю учителем, I'm a teacher, and I can just say я учитель, I am a teacher, я учитель. In Russian language we don't have present tense of the verb to be, we don't use it. We have it, we don't use it, because it's the same for all persons, so we don't use it. Я учитель, okay? So I put here for you that it was творительный падеж. If you want to remember more about it, go to my other videos. I have the творительный instrumental case videos, and you will know better about it. Творительный падеж. Okay, and now let's look at a few professions. And these professions are going to be in singular, so I put only singular pronouns to them. Я, I, ты, you, informal, он, he, она, all of them singular, okay? And I'm using professions in singular. Let's look at the professions. Businessman, я businessman. For a man will be я businessman. This is borrowing from English. We use borrowing like computer and words like this. We use borrowing in Russian language. Артист, я артист. For woman will be артистка. And asterisk, we can put it in the phrase with творительный падеж, with instrumental case. We can say я работаю артистом. For example, артистом балета, performer of the ballet dancer. Artist, it is cognate. Cognate, this is when you have the same, the familiar sounding word in your language and you confuse it with that meaning. Artist in English language is artist, who paints pictures, who draws pictures. In Russian language, artist is different meaning. Artist is the performer. All kinds of performers, and general name will be artist. From the word art, искусство, artist. So maybe artist балета и артист на сцене. The person who works on the stage is artist, okay? Artist in Russian is a different word, okay? So artist is performer. Manager. Ты менеджер, you are manager, ты is informal. Я работаю менеджером, okay? All of this will have ending om if you want to use творительный падеж. Я работаю менеджером, or manager also. As you see, it is borrowing from English. We have Russian words, but the way, you know, business goes in the world, it's probably easier for us to just borrow the words and other business vocabulary. That's why we use borrowing. Jurist, jurisprudence. You know, jurist is a lawyer of any kind. Jurist is general word for a lawyer's profession. Jurist. And if you want instrumental, you say я работаю юристом. Юристом в какой-то компании, for example. I work as a lawyer in some company. The next I have here director. Of course, director and director in Espanol, in Spanish, and in many languages it's the same. It's the same word. It's just written with different letters. I mean, in Russian it's with Russian alphabet, but the pronunciation is of that language. That's why we cannot recognize. You know, for example, if Spanish people would speak in Spanish or in English, it's the same word, director. In Russian we pronounce soft, very soft two first syllables, director. Я работаю директором. Also we can use in instrumental case. Я работаю директором. I work as a principal. Director, principal. The next is doctor. Doctor is doctor of medicine. Doctor is doctor of medicine. Я доктор. Я работаю доктором. Я доктор. Doctor. We have another word for it, врач. I didn't show it here. But doctor here is medical profession, okay? Doctor наук will be, you know, PhD. But here doctor is medical profession. The next we have, for example, она инженер. Она работает инженером. Инженер is engineer. Инженер. Он инженер или она инженер. The next is архитектор. Architect. Архитектор. Архитектор. Я архитектор. Ты архитектор. Он архитектор. Она архитектор. Те very soft. Те very soft. Архитектор. And then она работает архитектором. She works as an architect. Она работает архитектором. And then we have спортсмен. Спортсмен is athlete. Спортсмен. И sportsman is not a job, it's a profession, it's a life profession, so it's not good to use it in instrumental case. So what's good is just to use it, just to say я спортсмен, он спортсмен, она спортсмен, спортсменка, by the way, woman is спортсменка. Ты спортсмен, спортсмен. As you see, we pronounce very soft спортсмен, also borrowing although from English, but it's we pronounce very soft. Спортсмен. Professor. In English we have professor. In Russian it's professor, very soft. Professor. Russian professor is different from English professor. Why? The meaning is different. Russian professor only PhD. Has to be mandatory PhD for somebody who is in Russia, professor, в университете, in university, in academy, They all have PhDs. They cannot, you know, call professor like in other cultures, in, you know, in American culture, in other cultures, they call professor anybody who has bachelor and they, you know, teach college or something, and they call them professor, you know. This is not in Russian. In Russian, professor is PhD, doctorate degree. So professor is very high, kind of high level profession in Russia. Let's repeat them. Let's repeat. Кем вы работаете? Я работаю учителем. This is I am saying about myself, okay? Я работаю учителем. Я учитель. I'm a teacher. Я учитель. Творительный падеж, instrumental case. Я бизнесмен. Я артист. Ты менеджер. Ты юрист. Он директор. Он доктор. He's a doctor. Она инженер. She's an engineer. Она архитектор. Он спортсмен. He is an athlete. Он профессор. He is a professor of university. Я студент. Student is not working, so I'll put for you here. Я студент. I'm a student. Я не работаю. I don't work. You see, я работаю, I work. Я не работаю. Russian negative is very easy. We just put negative particle in front. Не. In front is separately from the word, and that's it. And this is our negative. Я не работаю. A piece of cake, very, very easy negative in Russian. The same with past, the same with future. Okay, very easy negative. Я не работаю. Some things in Russian grammar are really easy. You know, some things are a little bit more difficult, but some are very easy. One of them is negation. Negation is totally very easy. Я не работаю. I don't work. Я студент. I am a student. Я учусь в университете. I am studying. I study at a university. I study. Я учусь. Учусь we use here in reflexive. Why? Because it's general meaning. Я учусь. I am in studies. I am in the studies. I am a student. Я учусь. It is general. I am studying. Okay? В университете. Университет is university. В чем? Prepositional case. В университете. В университете. Very soft. Тете. Вер. Soft. Университете. Я учусь в университете. If учусь, I separate the last two letters, s, which is reflexive usage. If I separate these two letters, I will have я учу. And then I need object after it. Okay? If I leave only я учу, I study or I learn, then I need an object. For example, я учу русский язык. I will show it in different slide. Okay? Okay, and let's look how we write it with beautiful writing. Кем, кем, кем. Maybe you want to write somebody a letter, nice letter by hand. Кем. Вы работаете, вы. Formal, polite, capital letter. Вы, кем вы. Работаете. Classical R, Russian R. We spell like this, we write like this. Работаете. Because I didn't have space here, I put just short variant of T, okay? Instead of classical like English M, I put short. Работаете, работаете. Кем вы работаете? And I say, моя профессия, my profession, моя. Я, моя. Профессия, my profession. Я. Профессия. Моя профессия учитель. I am a teacher. Моя профессия учитель. Моя профессия бизнесмен. Моя профессия менеджер, директор, инженер, артист, юрист, доктор, архитектор, спортсмен. Я профессиональный спортсмен. I'm a professional sportsman. Профессор. Моя профессия профессор. Doesn't sound good, no? Well, я профессор. Okay, thank you. Till next slide.